students, welcome back to music class in my living room. Sorry, the sun is pretty bright right now, but we're gonna try to work around that. This is gonna be kind of a silly, fun video. This is about finding musical instruments in your own house and what we could do to make those instruments. Because I know when we're in the classroom, some of the most fun that we have in the classroom is making music using the instruments. So let's go ahead and figure out how we can do that at home. So really simply, there's some things you could just use as an instrument. Like this is an old coffee can that has a plastic lid, and it works pretty well for a drum. Another thing, you could use a plastic jar with beads in it as a maraca or a shaker. Another thing you could do, and I don't have this right now, but if you have those plastic Easter eggs, you could put rice or beads or some other little material inside of it to make a shaker as well out of a little plastic Easter egg. Another thing is I have used these kind of like symbols. Oh, there's my cat. So these are just two lids of a jar. Maybe you could use them that way. Kind of like the way they sound that way. But yeah, lots of ways that you could make some percussion instruments. This is one I've never tried, but we could try it together. So here is a empty can and a balloon. I'm going to cut the bottom of this balloon. See if this works. I'm gonna try and stretch this balloon over the top of this can. Hopefully it fits. Whoa. And it does. I don't know if it'll stay there though. Theoretically, if we get that over, maybe if we put a rubber band over that, but that is very much like when you have a drum and the drum has that stretched membrane over the top. The balloon just functions as a membrane over the can. And you get kind of a similar effect as a drum from that. That'll probably pop up. No, maybe it'll stay. I recommend if you do this to tape it down, or maybe if you have a rubber band it over the top. Another thing we can do, very simple, if you have a comb, you can take a comb and then I took a piece of wax paper, but you can use baking paper as well from the kitchen, just a little piece, and you fold that over the comb, and then you just use this as a kazoo by blowing flat and going do 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 on the comb. And I'm just changing the pitch with my voice, but this, I've heard of this called a comb saxophone, but I think of it more like a kazoo. So that is an option for a silly kind of instrument that you could make at home. Another thing you could do for an instrument is if you have any leftover jars or things like that, bottles also work from the recycle. I found some jars that I have from the recycle bin, and these are some pickle jars. And I have filled this one just about a quarter full, this other one in the middle about half full, and then this one is almost filled to the top. And each one of these has a different pitch, different sound. There's that, the one with the least amount of water, the middle amount of water, and the most amount of water. So I'm gonna put these right on the table because I think they might sound better without the towel underneath them. I don't think we need it since all the water's in them. Kind of like Mary Had a Little Lamb. Maybe we can try and make it sound even a little bit different. So that's something that you can always experiment with, and the more jars, the more bottles you have, the more kinds of pitches and sounds you can add to your instrument. So you can experiment with that and see what kind of songs you can put together using glass jars or bottles that you find in the recycle. And the last thing I'm going to try and make with you guys today is a rain stick, actually. So we'll see how this turns out. I have not tried it yet. So I have a water bottle, a bag of rice, and lots of toothpicks. So how I'm going to do this is I'm going to take the toothpicks, I'm going to fill the bottle with the toothpicks. Okay, and now that I have pretty much mostly filled up my bottle with the toothpicks, I'm going to add some rice to it. And to do that, I'm gonna make a funnel so I don't spill the rice everywhere, or we're gonna try to not spill rice everywhere. Also, keep in mind, if you guys do try to make a rain stick, it does not have to be toothpicks. I just chose to go to the store and buy the toothpicks for this, but you can actually use regular sticks, small sticks, if you have a yard, and just find sticks. Or I have seen people use like rolled up pieces of aluminum foil and kind of coil it and either put it in a bottle, or you could put it in a empty paper towel tube and just cover each end of it. Put in your rolled up or coiled aluminum foil, and then add your rice. So let's, well, I wasn't very good at not getting it everywhere. So let's see here. Shake it in there. It already sounds like a rain stick, so that's good news. Okay, shake, 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 shake. Go in. There we go. Okay, so we got our sticks in the rain stick and the rice in the rain stick. Just gonna clean up a little bit what I made a mess of. Anytime you make a mess, always clean up after yourself. Put the cap on, and it kind of works. Kind of have to shake it a little bit to make that rain stick effect. I bet this would be way cooler in something longer, like if I maybe attached a couple of water bottles to each other. but that kind of sounds like a rain stick. You could get that effect from the bottle. So that's it, students. These are our fun DIY, do-it-yourself home instruments. I hope you guys can get creative in creating music with what you have around the house. Let me know what you guys come up with. I would love to see and hear about all the different ways that you're making music at home. Bye, students.